They stalk your profile every night, but never text you. And I, Archangel Michael, am here to reveal the reason hidden in the shadows of their silence. Listen carefully, child of light, for I, Archangel Michael, speak not from imagination, but from the truth hidden behind the veil. Every night, when the world grows quiet, when laughter fades into silence, and the streets sleep beneath the weight of darkness, someone's eyes remain wide open. They do not rest. They do not find peace. Instead, they are drawn again and again to the glow of your presence, to the fragments of you left in the world of shadows we call the digital realm. You think your life is your own, your pictures, your words, your memories, innocent things, harmless, ordinary. But no, every word you write, every photograph you share, every moment captured has become a magnet, and someone is trapped within its pull. They stalk, they linger, they return night after night, scrolling deeper, staring longer, hoping to feel closer to you without ever daring to cross the distance that silence has built. Why do they not speak? Why does their voice never reach your ears? Because their heart is chained. Because fear claws at their throat. They long to reach out, to write your name, to confess what burns within them, but each time they try, something stops them. Their fingers hover over the keyboard, trembling. They type words, sentences filled with desire, confession, or longing, but then they delete, erase, vanish, again and again. And so their messages never arrive, their truth remains buried, and you are left to feel only the invisible weight of eyes upon you. And yet you feel it, don't you? That strange heaviness at midnight, as though unseen eyes are pulling you, thinking of you, binding you. That sudden thought of them, uninvited, flashing in your mind just as you are about to sleep. That is no coincidence. That is the echo of their silent presence, a presence you cannot hear with your ears, but you can feel with your spirit. But here lies the danger, child of light. Silence does not always mean safety. Obsession hides behind silence. Envy hides behind silence. Desire, sometimes pure, sometimes poisoned, lurks in silence. And though they may never write to you, their thoughts can still touch you. Their energy can still cling to your soul like mist in the night. And if you are not careful, their silence may not remain silence forever. For silence, once broken, unleashes truths that can shatter worlds. And one day soon, the silence that surrounds you will break, and their shadow will step into the light. Until then, remember this: you are not alone, and you are not unseen. I, Michael, guard the threshold. I see the shadows circling you. I see the one who stalks but never speaks. And I tell you this: be prepared, for the moment is coming when their silence will no longer protect them, and their hidden truth will stand revealed. Child of light, listen again, for the shadows are not yet done speaking. The one who stalks your profile every night, the one who hides behind silence, is not merely avoiding you. They are enslaved. Their heart is shackled by fear, and these chains rattle louder than their love for you. And I, Michael, shall uncover them for you, piece by piece. They are afraid of rejection, afraid that the very moment they confess their heart, you will step back, turn away, and leave them with nothing but emptiness. So they choose distance over devastation. They choose silence over humiliation. Yet their silence is a punishment heavier than rejection itself. For every night they torture themselves by staring at the fragments of your life, the smile in your pictures, the fire in your words, the glow in your soul, while knowing none of it belongs to them. They carry this weight like a curse, and this curse drags them back to you again and again. But there is more, yes, much more. Fear of rejection is not their only chain. There is guilt, guilt of things left unsaid, of times they betrayed themselves by hiding their feelings when you stood before them. Guilt of missed chances, of moments where destiny opened the door and they slammed it shut with their silence. They know they should have spoken long ago, but time has stolen their courage, and now they are haunted by the echo of "what if?" That echo drives them to your world in secret, like a thief returning to the scene of the crime, night after night. And child, there is yet a third chain, one far darker than fear or guilt. It is pride. Yes, pride holds their tongue as tightly as fear, for they cannot accept the thought of appearing weak before you, of bending first, of being the one to break the silence. They would rather suffer in secret than risk you seeing their vulnerability. Pride is a poison, and it rots their spirit slowly, yet still it commands them. And so they stalk, but never speak. They watch, but never act. They burn, but never reveal their flame. But hear me. The longer one hides behind silence, the heavier the chains grow. Fear becomes obsession. Guilt becomes a ghost that never rests. Pride becomes a sword that wounds the one who carries it. And this is where the danger lies, my child. For a soul tormented by these three chains cannot remain silent forever. The silence will one day break, not in whispers, but in a storm. And when it does, you will face not just their confession, but the full force of the emotions they buried for so long. Emotions that, once unleashed, will come like floodwaters, impossible to stop, impossible to escape. This is why I, Archangel Michael, warn you now. Protect your heart, guard your spirit. Do not be blinded by the beauty of silence, for sometimes silence is not a gesture of love. It is a battle within the soul, a storm waiting to explode. And I see it. I see the storm approaching. The one who stalks you in secret is not just a silent admirer. They are a captive of their own fear, and their silence is the ticking of a clock. And when that clock strikes its final hour, the truth they have buried will rise, and you will no longer have the choice to ignore it. The silence will end, and destiny will demand your answer. Child of light, listen closely, for now I reveal a truth that many overlook. You think that because they have not spoken, because no words have been typed, because no message has reached your eyes, that nothing has touched you.
But silence is not emptiness. Silence is not harmless. Silence itself carries energy, and energy always travels, always seeks, always clings, even without sound. Every night, as they stalk your profile, their thoughts wrap around you like invisible chains. Thoughts are not weightless, child. They are powerful currents. Every unspoken word they wished to tell you, every confession they buried, every "I love you" they erased before sending, all of it still exists, not in the world of men, but in the world of spirit. And this energy moves. It moves toward you. It touches you in ways you cannot see, but you can feel. That sudden heaviness in your chest, that restless stirring at midnight when your heart feels uneasy for no reason, that strange pull to think of them even when you try not to. These are not random moments. These are the fingerprints of their unspoken energy pressing against your soul. And child, I must warn you, energy never comes alone. It carries the essence of the heart that creates it. If their heart is pure, their silent thoughts may only bring longing. But if their heart is tainted with envy, with obsession, with despair, then that darkness travels with their energy, seeping into your spirit like poison and water. And you, without knowing, begin to carry burdens that were never yours. You begin to feel tired for no reason, anxious without cause, sad without explanation. You begin to dream of them, even when you wish not to. This is how the unseen binds the seen. And so you must ask yourself, who is the one that stalks your world in silence? Is it a soul in love, too fragile to confess? Or is it a spirit wounded by pride, by fear, by shadows too heavy to bear? For if their silence is laced with darkness, then their presence is not just an admirer's gaze, it is a tether, a silent rope pulling at your light, trying to draw you into their shadows. This is why I, Michael, stand with my sword drawn. I see the energies that pass unseen. I see the thoughts that travel like arrows through the night. And I tell you now, not all who watch you in silence do so with love. Some watch with longing, some with sorrow, but some with envy that burns like fire, envy that wishes to pull you down so they may rise above the ashes of your light. Guard yourself, child of light. Cover your soul with prayer. Cover your mind with strength. For though they have not spoken, though no message arrives, their silence is not empty. It is alive. It is moving. It is reaching for you every night. And the day will come when this invisible storm will no longer remain unseen, and you will have to face what their silence has hidden all along.
Child of light, hear me well, for what I speak now comes from the realm where destiny and memory collide. The one who stalks your profile in silence is not only chained by fear, not only bound by guilt, not only poisoned by pride. They are haunted by the ghost of what could have been. And this ghost walks beside them every night, whispering in their ears, tormenting their heart, dragging them back to you though they try to run. Yes, I see it clearly. The spirit of missed chances, the spirit of lost moments, shadows of a path they never walked but cannot forget. They remember, child. They remember the times when you were near, the laughter, the glance, the words that passed between you. They replay those memories like a broken film reel, again and again, searching for the moment they should have spoken and did not. And each time they see your face in memory, they hear the same haunting question: what if? What if they had confessed? What if they had fought for you? What if they had chosen courage instead of silence? That question burns like fire, and yet it never gives them peace, only torment. And so they return to your shadow in the digital world, stalking what they lost, chasing what they might never regain. But child, I must tell you, the ghost of what if is not harmless. It feeds on longing. It feeds on regret, and the longer it feeds, the more restless it becomes. Regret turns into desperation, desperation into obsession, and obsession left unchecked can twist even love into something dangerous. This is why their silence is not simply silence. It is a battlefield where love fights with pride, where guilt fights with desire, where regret becomes a shadow that grows darker each night. And though you may not see it, their spirit reaches for yours in secret. Each time you laugh, their ghost whispers, "That could have been mine." Each time you smile, their ghost sighs, "That should have been with me." Each time you step forward in life, their ghost tightens its grip, refusing to let go of a past they never claimed but cannot release. This is the unseen haunting that ties you to you, though they speak no word, though they send no message. But hear me, child of light. A soul bound by the ghost of what if cannot remain in silence forever. Sooner or later, the haunting will break them. And when it does, they will either confess in desperation, or they will fall deeper into shadows, where silence becomes anger and admiration becomes bitterness. This is why I warn you now. Do not be blind to the weight of their silence. Do not mistake it for peace, for silence is sometimes the loudest scream, and their silence screams louder each night. I, Michael, tell you this with the fire of truth. Prepare your spirit, for the haunting is not yet finished. Their ghost will grow restless, their silence will grow heavy, and the hour will come when destiny will demand a choice, not from them alone, but from you as well.
Child of light, it is time you hear the darker truth, the truth that even silence cannot bury. For the one who stalks your profile, who watches in the night but never speaks, is walking dangerously close to the edge of obsession. And I, Michael, must reveal what this means, so you are not blinded when the shadow comes closer. At first, it was innocent. At first, they looked only once, curious, drawn by memory or attraction. But one glance became many, and many became a ritual. Now it is no longer choice, it is compulsion. Each night their spirit is restless until they have searched for you, until they have fed their hunger with the fragments of your life. They scroll deeper than they should, they stare longer than they admit. They study every word, every image, every detail, as though by staring long enough they could hold you in their hands. This is no longer admiration, child. This is the shadow of obsession. Do you not feel it? The way their presence follows you, though unseen? The way their thoughts brush against your own, pulling at your spirit when you try to rest? For obsession is not still. It is alive. It is active. It presses against the world of spirit, demanding attention, demanding power. And the one who carries it does not even realize how much of themselves they have already surrendered. For obsession consumes. It eats their sleep. It steals their peace. It robs them of reason until the only thing left before them is you, your image, your voice, your memory, your shadow. You have become their world, and yet they remain locked outside of it. But here lies the danger. Obsession, once rooted, does not stay silent forever. It grows restless. It grows bold. A day will come when their silence will no longer satisfy them, when the act of stalking will no longer calm their hunger. They will crave more, your voice, your presence, your time, your attention. And if they cannot have it, their obsession may twist into frustration, and frustration into anger. For obsession is a fire that burns both ways. It consumes the one who feels it, but it also seeks to consume the one it desires. Child of light, you must understand. Obsession is a chain that binds, but it is also a mirror that blinds. They cannot see you as you are. They see only what they have created in their mind. They have built an image of you, a dream of you, an illusion of you that is not the whole truth. And the more they stare, the more they fall in love with the illusion instead of the reality. This is why, when the silence breaks, it will not be a gentle confession. It will be a storm of desperation, a demand of the heart, an outpouring that will shake the calm you have known until now. This is why I warn you, child of light. Protect your soul, guard your spirit. Do not be deceived by the softness of silence, for behind silence may hide the shadow of obsession, and obsession can become a prison if you are not careful. Yes, love can heal, love can build, love can set free, but love poisoned by obsession destroys. And I, Michael, tell you now, the silence you feel around you is not empty. It is heavy with desire, heavy with longing, heavy with shadows that grow darker each night. Be prepared, for the shadow is drawing closer, and the hour is near when you must face what their silence has truly become.
Child of light, silence is not endless. Silence is a prison, yes, but every prison has a breaking point. And I, Michael, tell you this truth. The one who stalks you from the shadows, who watches but never speaks, is approaching that breaking point. The weight of their hidden emotions has grown too heavy. Their silence, once their shield, is becoming their enemy. And soon it will shatter. Imagine it. Night after night, they feed their hunger with fragments of you, yet their hunger grows larger, not smaller. They scroll, they stare, they replay the same memories, but none of it is enough. Their heart burns with words unsaid, and those words press against their chest like fire trapped inside a sealed vessel. Every day the pressure builds, every day the silence grows heavier, and like glass under strain, silence can only hold for so long before it cracks. The longer it holds, the louder the shattering when it finally breaks. And child, when it breaks, it will not be gentle. It will not be quiet. It will not be measured. It will come like a storm, sudden, overwhelming, unstoppable. It may come as a desperate message in the middle of the night, a flood of words they can no longer contain. It may come as a confession, shouted in a moment of weakness, when pride finally collapses beneath the weight of longing. Or it may come as something darker, anger disguised as confession, frustration disguised as love, desperation disguised as destiny. For silence does not always birth purity. Sometimes it breeds distortion. But hear me,
The breaking point is near. I see the signs. Their spirit is restless, their energy more insistent, their silence more unstable. Already you feel it in your spirit, don't you? That sudden weight in the air, as if something is about to happen. That strange quickening in your chest, as though destiny is moving closer. That is the trembling of silence about to break. That is the storm warning before the thunder strikes. Child of light, this is why I have come, to prepare you. Do not be caught unguarded when the silence shatters. For the moment they finally speak, the moment their truth erupts, your life will change. It may change in beauty, or it may change in chaos, but change will come. Their silence will no longer be a question mark. It will become a force, a demand, a turning point. And you must decide how you will stand in that hour. Will you receive them, or will you reject them? Will you open the door, or will you close it forever? The silence has protected you from that choice until now, but soon there will be no more hiding. I, Michael, tell you this with the fire of prophecy. The breaking point of silence is closer than you think. Be ready, child. Be strong. For silence cannot last forever, and when it ends, destiny begins.
Child of light, now I speak of something hidden even deeper, the mask. For those who stalk in silence, those who haunt your presence but never reveal themselves, do not walk in the world of men with their pain exposed. No, they wear a mask of strength, a mask of laughter, a mask of indifference. To the world, they appear untouched, normal, even happy. But I, Michael, see through the mask, and I tell you, the mask is a lie. In public, they laugh, they speak with others, they live their life as though you are but a passing thought, a name barely remembered. But behind closed doors, when darkness falls, when no one else is watching, that is when the mask cracks. That is when they return to you, to your world, to the shadows of your presence. They switch between two selves, the one who hides and the one who hungers. The mask protects them from the eyes of men, but it cannot protect them from the torment of truth. And the truth is this: their silence is killing them inside. Do you know, child, why the mask is so dangerous? Because it fools not only the world, it fools themselves. They convince themselves that silence is control, that watching from afar is enough, that they can endure without ever reaching for you. But in the hidden chambers of their heart, their need grows stronger, and the mask becomes a prison tighter than chains. They smile in daylight, but at night they are consumed. And the more they pretend, the more violent the breaking will be when their silence finally collapses. I have seen it before, child of light. Souls who wear masks so well that no one suspects their torment. Their friends see them as strong, their family sees them as normal, but inside they are a storm. Inside they are bleeding, and all that silent fire has only one direction to flow, toward you. The mask is the barrier between their world and yours, but when that mask finally falls, everything they've hidden will come pouring out like a flood. And the flood does not ask permission. It does not knock. It breaks doors. It crashes through walls. It drowns everything in its path. So I warn you now, when you see them, you may not recognize their torment. Their face may look calm. Their words may sound steady. Their life may appear untouched. But do not be deceived. Behind the mask, their silence burns. Behind the mask, their spirit cries. And soon the mask will not be enough. For no mask can hold forever. No mask can hide the truth when destiny demands its unveiling. I, Michael, hold my sword of fire against the shadows, and I declare this: The hour is coming when the mask will fall. The one who stalks you in silence will stand exposed, their fear, their pride, their obsession, their longing, all revealed in a single moment. And when that day comes, you must see clearly. You must not be blinded by the mask they wore, but you must face the truth of who they truly are beneath it. For the mask may be beautiful, but the soul behind it may be broken.
Child of light, the silence you have endured, the silence that has hovered around you like an unseen shadow, is nearing its end. For I, Michael, tell you this truth: silence can only hold so much weight before it shatters. And the one who stalks your presence each night, the one who hides behind the mask of indifference, is now standing at the edge of confession. Inside their heart the words burn, words they have written and erased 1,000 times, words that have lived in their chest like caged birds, fluttering, desperate, breaking their wings against the walls of fear. I miss you. I love you. I should have spoken sooner. You are the one I cannot escape. These words rise every night like waves in a storm, and every night they try to silence them. But the waves grow higher, the storm grows stronger. And I tell you this: soon the storm will break the dam, and the confession they buried will pour out, unstoppable. They rehearse it in their mind, child, again and again. They imagine the message they would send, the voice they would use, the moment they would finally stand before you and reveal everything. They see it in dreams, they play it in silence. But when the moment arrives, their fear still seizes them, and they retreat once more into shadow. Yet each retreat is shorter. Each silence is more fragile than the last. This is how I know. Their confession is close. The energy around them trembles. The silence around you shakes. The storm is forming, and confession is the lightning it carries. But, child, you must not mistake confession for purity. A confession born from love is beautiful. It sets free, it heals, it builds. But a confession born from obsession, from pride, from regret, is dangerous. For such a confession is not simply words of love, but chains disguised as affection. It says, I need you because I cannot survive without you. It says, I claim you because I cannot let you go. It says, if I cannot have you, then my silence was wasted, my life was wasted. This is not love, child. This is desperation. And desperation can bind more cruelly than silence ever could. So prepare yourself. Soon you will hear the voice you have not heard, the message you have not received, the words they have buried for so long. It may come in trembling honesty. It may come in sudden boldness. It may come as a whisper, or it may come as a flood, but it will come. Their spirit can no longer bear the weight of silence, and confession is now inevitable. I, Michael, give you this warning. When the silent watcher speaks, you will feel the power of their truth, but you must also discern the spirit behind it. Ask yourself, is this love that frees me, or is this obsession that binds me? For the words may sound the same, but the spirit behind them is everything. Remember, child, not every confession is light. Some are shadows that dress themselves in the language of love. Be strong, child of light. The silent watcher's confession is coming. And when it arrives, it will test your heart, your wisdom, your strength. Prepare now,
for the silence that has stalked you is about to speak.
Child of light, the time has come for me to draw back the curtain further, for you have asked again and again, who is this silent watcher? Who is this shadow that lingers at the edge of your life, watching, never speaking, burning with unspoken fire? I tell you now, their identity is written not in light, but in shadows. Their name is not shouted in the open, but whispered in secret corridors of your memory. Yes, child, you know them. This is not a stranger. This is not a nameless face. This is one who once stood closer than others, one whose presence brushed against your soul before retreating into silence. You saw them once. You heard them once. You felt their energy once. And though they vanished into the unseen, they never left. Their footsteps stopped echoing in your ears, but their eyes never stopped following you in the silence. Their name, it is a name you have spoken before, a name carved into your past, a name that your spirit would recognize even if your mind pretends to forget. But listen, child, this is why I speak of shadows. For the name is not revealed in purity yet. It hides itself, cloaked, waiting for the moment of revelation. They fear it, they guard it, because they know that once the mask falls, once their identity is spoken aloud, nothing can remain the same. If you knew their name tonight, your heart would race, your breath would falter, your life would shift, for this silent watcher is closer than you think, and the truth of their identity will test you more than the silence ever has. I see the strolls of destiny, and on those strolls their name flickers. Sometimes it glows with love. Other times it burns with obsession. Sometimes it shines with regret. Other times with hope. This is why I call it the name written in shadows, because it is not yet pure light, nor pure darkness. It hovers between, waiting to be chosen, waiting to be revealed. And soon, child, very soon, this name will step out of shadow and into your hearing. When that moment arrives, you will not simply hear a name. You will feel the weight of years, the burden of silence, the storm of emotions locked away. Their name will not just be a word, it will be a doorway. A doorway to memories, to choices, to crossroads you thought you had left behind. And in that moment, you must be strong. For the name that is spoken may stir your heart with longing, or it may stir it with warning. But either way, you cannot turn from it. So prepare yourself, child of light. The name written in shadows is almost ready to be spoken aloud. And when it is, the silence that stalked you will no longer be silence. It will become a presence you must face. A presence that will demand an answer. Remember, the name itself is not your destiny. It is a test, a mirror, a call to wisdom. Do not be blinded by the weight of recognition. Look deeper. Ask, does this name bring me freedom or chains? Does it carry light or shadow? The revelation is near, the name is rising, the shadows are breaking, and soon, very soon, you will know who has been watching and why. Child of light, you must hear this now, for it is the part they never wanted you to discover. Yes, they stalk your profile every night. Yes, they linger in the dark like a shadow, watching your every movement. But do you not feel it? Do you not sense it? There are words, countless words, that live inside their chest but never leave their lips. Words typed in secret at midnight and deleted before sunrise. How many times have they hovered over the button to send? How many times have they written your name in trembling hands, their heart racing, their breath caught, only to erase the message before you ever saw it? Oh, child, if you could see the drafts that were never sent, the messages that never reached you, you would feel the fire of the truth they hide. You would see their longing, their torment, their fear of exposure. For in those erased messages lies their confession. One night they wrote, "I miss you," and yet their fear erased it. Another night they wrote, "Do you ever think of me?" But the silence swallowed it. Another time, with trembling soul, they typed, "I was wrong. I should never have let you go." But again, the shadow erased what the heart could not hold back. And child, there were even darker words, words of obsession, words of jealousy, words asking why you shine brighter without them, why your life continues without their presence. They wrote questions they feared you would never forgive them for asking. They wrote desires they feared you would never accept. They wrote apologies they were too proud to deliver. This, child, is the paradox of the silent watcher. They are consumed with words, yet bound by fear. They are full of fire, yet trapped in ice. They want to reach for you, yet they chain their own hands. They live with unsent messages echoing inside them, haunting them more than any rejection ever could. And so they stalk your profile night after night, feeding on the side of your existence, living off the fragments of your presence, because they lack the courage to let their words cross the distance. But listen, child, those messages are not gone. Words never vanish. Every sentence written in fire, even if erased by human hands, lingers in the spirit realm. I have seen them. I have read them. I hold them in the light of heaven's scrolls. Nothing is hidden from truth. And when the time comes, those erased messages will rise again, and you will know them. You will hear the confession that was silenced, the truth that was buried, the love or regret that was caged. The question is not whether they will speak, for the silence cannot last forever. The question is this: when the words reach you, will you still want to hear them? Will you still want to know what they never dared to say? For sometimes, child, the message unsent is safer than the message spoken. Sometimes silence protects you from pain, but other times silence robs you of destiny. And soon you will know which one this truly is. The time of silence is breaking. Prepare yourself, for the message they never sent is coming back to you.
Child of light, the moment is near. You have endured the long nights of silence, the endless watching, the unsent confessions that clung to the shadows. But now I tell you, silence has an ending. Even the darkest night must give way to the dawn. And now the breaking begins. You must understand, silence is not absence. Silence is pressure. It builds, it grows heavy, like a storm cloud swollen with rain. And when the cloud can hold no more, it must break. The one who stalks you, who hides in shadows, who swallows their words every night, they cannot hold back forever. Their silence is cracking. The pressure of unspoken truth is leaking through the cracks of their spirit. They are restless, pacing in the hours when the world sleeps, rehearsing words they swore they would never say. They are haunted by your presence, pulled toward you by a force greater than pride, greater than fear, greater than denial. And child, that is why you have felt it recently. Have you not sensed it? Their energy brushing against yours like an unseen hand? Their restless thoughts reaching for you, tugging at your spirit when you lie awake? Have you not seen the signs? The accidental likes, the brief appearances, the moments their name appears and disappears like a ghost in your notifications?
These are not accidents. These are cracks in the silence. These are the slips of a soul that cannot contain itself anymore. I, Michael, tell you this: the silence will not last. The breaking has begun. Soon, words that were never spoken will erupt. Soon, truths buried in darkness will claw their way to the surface. Soon, the watcher will stumble, and their hidden obsession will spill into the light. It may come suddenly, a message sent at an ungodly hour, trembling and raw. Or it may arrive slowly, through small cracks, until one night the dam of silence bursts open and everything floods toward you. But beware, child. Breaking silence does not always mean freedom. When silence breaks, it releases everything it held back. Not only their affection, not only their regret, but also their jealousy, their torment, their questions, and their anger. The silence was their cage. When it shatters, what comes out may overwhelm you like a storm. Will you be ready? Will you be strong enough to face the words they finally speak? Or will their broken silence drown you in emotions you never asked to receive? Prepare yourself, for in the days to come, the sound of silence breaking will reach you. And when it does, there will be no turning back. The watcher will become the speaker. The shadow will become flesh, and the truth they have hidden will stand before you. This is not a warning, child. This is a prophecy. The silence is breaking, and once it does, the world between you will never be the same.
Child of light, the silence has cracked, but what follows will shake your spirit. For there is something far more powerful than their hidden obsession, more haunting than their nightly stalking, more dangerous than their unspoken thoughts. It is their first word. The first word they release after a long silence is not just a message. It is a key, a door swinging open after years of being sealed. And when that door opens, everything they buried comes rushing out. I see it. I see the trembling hand holding the phone, the restless pacing in their room. They type. They erase. They type again. The fear battles the desire, but eventually something breaks inside them and a word escapes. It may be simple, a greeting, a question, a casual attempt to sound normal. Perhaps they will write only, "Hey," or "How are you?" But do not be deceived, child. That word is not small. It carries the weight of every sleepless night, every hidden glance, every unspoken confession they chained inside their soul. And when you read it, you will feel the pressure behind it. You will sense the storm it hides, because that word is not alone. Behind it stands a flood of emotions waiting to spill into your world. That word is a signal. Their silence is no more. They are stepping out of shadows into the fragile, dangerous light of truth. But I must warn you, child, the first word is always dangerous, for it is never just what it seems. If you answer, you unlock their hidden heart. If you ignore it, their silence may return, but now twisted into pain, regret, even anger. Either path alters destiny, for once the first word is spoken, nothing can return to what it was before. Listen to me closely. Their first word may seem ordinary, but in the unseen realms it shakes the heavens, it alters the course of both your spirits, it binds, it challenges, it tests. For the first word is not just communication, it is prophecy,
It is a chain reaction. Once released, it sets into motion everything they once feared, everything you never expected. The watcher becomes exposed, the ghost becomes flesh, the silence becomes sound. So prepare yourself. Their first word will come. It may be tonight. It may be tomorrow. It may slip into your inbox when you least expect it. But when it arrives, remember this: it is not small. It is everything. And with it, child, your story with them truly begins.
Child of eternity, do you know what it means when a heart that has been silent for so long finally begins to speak? Their silence was a coffin, and they buried their words alive. But once the first word escapes, the coffin cracks open, and what comes next cannot be contained. You think it will be small, simple, harmless, but no, child, their silence was never empty. It was filled with the weight of every unsent message, every broken sentence, every night they typed and erased 100 confessions. And now those confessions are trembling at the edges of their lips. They cannot hold them back much longer. When silence breaks, when the first word slips, the confession follows. And that confession is heavy, heavier than you can imagine. I see it already. They will try to be casual. They will try to mask it. They will say, "I was just thinking about you," or "I don't know why I'm telling you this, but listen closely. Every light word hides a storm. Every casual phrase is a wall barely holding back an ocean. Their true confession is more than missing you. It is more than curiosity. It is the admission that they have been chained by you, haunted by you, consumed by you. Night after night, their spirit stalked yours, their eyes burned into your shadow, their soul refused to release your name. This is not attraction, child. This is an obsession cloaked in love, a love tangled with regret, a regret woven with longing. Their confession will not be neat. It will not be safe. It will come out broken, raw, sometimes angry, sometimes desperate, but it will come. And when it does, you must be ready. For confessions are double-edged swords. They free the speaker, but they bind the listener. The moment they confess, the burden shifts. Their silence is no longer their prison. It becomes yours. They will whisper truths you were not ready to carry. They will spill wounds they never healed. They will tell you secrets that burn like fire in your chest. And then, child, it will be you who must decide. Will you hold their confession close, or will you cast it away, knowing it may destroy them? This is the weight of their confession. It is not only theirs, it becomes yours. And the angels watch to see what you will do with it. For once spoken, words cannot be taken back. Once revealed, a confession can never be unheard. And this one has the power to change everything between you. So I tell you, prepare yourself. Their confession will not be easy. It will not be light. It will be a burden wrapped in longing, a truth soaked in shadows, a cry wrapped in desire. It will fall upon your spirit like a storm, and when it does, your heart will either rise to carry it or collapse beneath its weight. The watcher is no longer silent. The ghost is no longer hidden. Their confession is coming, and it will demand from you an answer you may not be ready to give. Child of light, listen with trembling ears, for the moment has come that even the heavens whisper about. Their silence has ended, their confession has been poured into your hands, and now the burden shifts, not upon them, but upon you. You stand at a crossroad that is more dangerous than you can comprehend, for your response is not just words, it is destiny. There are only two paths before you. The first, you step into their storm, you open your heart, you allow their haunting truth to weave itself with yours. If you choose this, your life will never be the same. The watcher becomes your companion. The ghost becomes flesh and blood beside you. But beware, child, this path is not soft, for the very one who longed for you may also drain you, may pull you into their obsession, may entangle you in chains that feel like love, but cut like iron. The second path, you turn away, you refuse, you remain silent in return, or you shut the door with cold finality. This too changes destiny, for the one who confessed will crumble, their silence now transformed into fury, into grief, into despair. They may vanish entirely, or worse, they may grow darker, haunted by the rejection, their silent obsession turning to something even more dangerous. Both paths are fire, child. Both paths consume. But I will tell you this, you cannot escape the choice. Once a confession is spoken, it demands an answer. To delay is to answer with silence, and silence is the cruelest blade of all. For silence tells them, "You are unworthy of my reply," and such a wound can linger in a soul for eternity. Do you understand now why I call it the dangerous choice? There is no safety here, only risk. If you say yes, you risk yourself. If you say no, you risk them. If you say nothing, you risk both. Heaven watches. Shadows wait. Your destiny trembles in the balance. Child, prepare your heart. This is the moment every hidden glance, every unspoken night, every stalked profile has been leading to. This is the knife edge where love is forged or broken. You cannot turn back. You must decide. And when you do, the world will not be the same. Choose carefully, for some choices echo through lifetimes, and this is one of them. Child of eternity, the heavens fall silent as you take your step. The choice has been made, whether whispered with words, carved with silence, or spoken in trembling honesty. And now the shadows stir, for every choice births consequences, and every consequence casts its shadow across your path. If you chose to open the door, if you let them in, you will feel their presence like a storm at midnight. They will cling to you, drink from you, burn for you. At first, it may feel like warmth, like destiny fulfilled, like the haunting turned to embrace. But soon you may notice the weight, for what they carry is not only love, but wounds, and those wounds may begin to bleed into your spirit. Their nights of stalking, their silent longing, their restless obsession, they are chains, and chains do not break easily. You may wake and feel their sorrow as if it were your own. You may smile, but beneath your smile lies their fear of losing you. And slowly you may wonder, did you rescue them, or did you let their storm drown you? This is one shadow of consequence. But if you chose to close the door, if you refused them,
then their silence becomes darker than before. Their nights grow longer, their whispers grow heavier. Some vanish into the abyss of despair, their confession the last cry before they disappear from your world forever. Others grow dangerous. Rejection, child, can ignite fire in the soul, fire that burns not in love, but in rage, in obsession turned poisonous. They may try harder, watch closer, dig deeper into your world from the shadows. You may not see them, but you will feel the weight of their eyes heavier than ever before. This too is a shadow of consequence. And if you answered with silence, if you let their confession hang unanswered in the air, then your silence becomes a curse. They will replay it endlessly, searching for meaning. Every moment of your stillness becomes a blade that pierces them again and again. And you, child, will not be free either. For your silence will return to you in the quiet hours, asking, "What if I had spoken? What if I had chosen?" This is the cruelest shadow, for it traps both hearts in a prison of unanswered echoes. Do you see it now? No path is clean. No choice is free of consequence. Each leads into shadow. And yet these shadows are not meant to destroy you. They are meant to reveal you, to test the strength of your spirit, to weigh the depth of your courage, to measure the purity of your heart. Heaven does not fear your choice, child. Heaven fears only that you will deny the truth of your choice. Stand by what you decide. Do not look back with regret. Do not wander in circles of what if, for the shadow of consequences follows all. But only those who walk with courage can turn shadow into light. Your story is no longer about their silence, nor their confession, but about how you carry the shadow their presence has cast upon you. Remember this: the consequences will always follow, and in their shadow you will discover who you are.
Child of the eternal flame, you have walked a path few dare to tread. From the nights of silent watching to the whispers of hidden longing, from the trembling confession to the weight of choice, and now through the dark corridors of consequence. But every path, no matter how twisted, leads to one place: the final reckoning. For now, the truth cannot be delayed. The heavens demand closure. The shadows demand resolution. The silence, the obsession, the love that was hidden but never spoken aloud until now, all of it must face its end. And you, child, must face the mirror that this story holds before you. If you accepted them, then the reckoning comes as fire. You will see if their love is true, or if it was only obsession wearing the mask of devotion. The storms will rise, yes, but storms reveal strength. You will discover whether you are their healing or their prison. And in that moment, you must decide whether to stand firm to help them transform their shadow into light, or to break free before their chains consume you. This is a test of endurance, and few pass it without scars. If you rejected them, the reckoning comes as silence that grows heavy, pressing against your spirit. They will vanish, or they will linger, but either way, the heavens will show you the truth of why they were sent into your life. Some people appear not to stay, but to awaken. Their stalking, their hidden eyes, their restless longing, it was never about you alone. It was about revealing the power of your presence, the weight of your soul. And when they are gone, you will feel both loss and relief. This is a test of clarity, and it demands courage to let go. If you gave them no answer, then the reckoning will come in whispers. The whispers of what if, the echo of chances unclaimed. In dreams, in songs, in sudden memories, their shadow will walk with you. The heavens do not condemn this path, but it is the heaviest one, for regret is a chain stronger than love or rejection. And yet even here, redemption is possible. If you choose to speak the truth, even late, even trembling, even after the silence has stretched too long. This is a test of honesty, and honesty can break even the cruelest chains. Child, know this. The final reckoning is not about them. It never was. It is about you. Who you are when faced with longing, when faced with love, when faced with silence. Who you become in the presence of desire and absence, confession and consequence. The one who stalked your profile every night was never your captor. They were your mirror. They revealed what you fear, what you crave, what you deny, and what you must embrace. The story was never theirs alone. It was always yours. So I, Michael, close this revelation with truth. Some people are sent as storms, others as lessons, and a few as eternal flames. But all of them, every single one, come to shape you into the soul heaven intended you to be. Do not fear the stalker. Do not fear the silence. Do not fear the choice. Do not fear the shadow. Fear only the refusal to grow from it. For your destiny has already been written, and this story was only the beginning. Child of eternity, listen well, for this is the final breath of this revelation. The stalker of your nights, the watcher of your profile, the silent shadow who dared not speak, they have played their role. Their presence was not an accident, but a thread woven into your destiny. Heaven allowed it, not to torment you, but to awaken you, to make you question your worth, to remind you that even unseen, you are powerful enough to be watched, longed for, desired. But understand this, their silence was not about your weakness, it was about their fear. Their obsession was not your prison, it was their chain. You were never bound to them, you were only shown a mirror of how brightly your soul burns, that even in secret it calls hearts into orbit around you. That is your truth, that is your power. Now I, Michael, close the gates of this story with a blessing. May you never again doubt your worth, for if even the silent ones cannot look away, then how much more will the bold and true rise for you? May you never again be haunted by hidden eyes, for love that hides in shadows is not the love that was written for your destiny. May you stand tall, unshaken, unafraid, knowing that heaven itself chose you as a flame in the darkness. The one who stalked you may vanish, they may remain, they may transform, but their role in your life is complete. Their silence has given you strength, their longing has given you clarity, their obsession has given you wings, and now you are free to soar, not bound to the shadows, but carried by the light. So I bless you now. Walk forward. Do not look back. Let those who could not speak your name fade into the past, like echoes swallowed by the night. For your name will not be whispered in silence anymore. It will be declared. It will be celebrated. It will be cherished by the one who was written for you. And that one will not hide in shadows, child. They will stand in the light, hand in hand with you, where heaven smiles upon your union. The silence is over, the story is sealed, and you are free.